The Wanderer by K R Vega. Christopher Elan was always on a journey. His sun-darkened skin that striped his arm areas with glowing white from his watch band and shirt sleeves revealed the hours, days, weeks, and months he spent searching the horizon. Skin cancer wasn't a problem yet given his tender age, but it surely would be if he kept up with the desire to move about. He'd stop along the roadside of Farm to Market Road, 63, under a large mesquite shade tree for a well-deserved springtime nap, using his army surplus rucksack with all his life's possessions as his pillow. The scent of freedom and fresh grass lulled him to sleep. Christopher's dad bought him the canvas bag for his 16th birthday and then proceeded to walk out the front door of their Texas house he shared with his mother and two younger siblings and never returned. His dad gave no indication of where he was going or why, but after a month, they knew he wasn't coming back. For the average family, that might have caused great concern, but Chris Elon Sr. wasn't genuinely available for his family to begin with. Oh, he'd be around, on the front porch swing with a beer in one hand and the newspaper in the other, sitting at the kitchen table staring out the window to the cotton fields just beyond, or watching the National Geographic Channel in a daze. But he wasn't really there, and his family knew he wouldn't be missed. For a while, Christopher continued about his days, much the same as before. He went to school as normal, walked home, through the screen door, past his mom cooking fresh tomatoes for yet another Italian red sauce, and up the flight of stairs to his room. His school let out at 4 p.m., so his siblings always beat him home. "Hey!" He'd wave and nod as he shuffled by their rooms on his way to his own at the end of the hall. Tossing his rucksack on the floor littered with empty soda cans, Cheeto bags, and leftover dinner plates, as well as most of his wardrobe, he'd navigate to his bed and crash. The stench of dirty clothes, sweat, and rotting food kept the rest of the family at bay, so he'd sleep for hours. This was pretty much his MO for the last few months of his sophomore year. Once summer started, Christopher would leave the house almost as soon as the sun lifted from the night's sleep. He'd occasionally have a vague destination in mind, but after a while it didn't seem to matter the direction or path as long as he was moving forward. The days were lengthened, as he would often return well after dark, stumble through the kitchen and up the stairs, not even stopping to acknowledge his family. Frequently, a day would turn into days. Christopher's mom rarely worried, even after not seeing him for 3 or more in a row. Eventually, August rolled around, and Christopher was traveling for weeks at a time. His reappearances were becoming rare, until they were no more. His mom never reported him missing, as he always eventually wandered back. Hair longer, skin tanner, filthy dirty with sweat and road grime stains from head to toe. Occasionally, he'd stay a few days, clean up, shave his newly forming teen stubble, and set off for nowhere once again. The final time, hearing the smack of the closing screen door, felt eerily familiar. Christopher awoke from his nap under the mesquite shade tree and threw his tattered olive rucksack onto his back. With nowhere in particular in mind, he stood by the side of the road, looking in all directions, and continued to walk.